That's an interesting question. What can we attribute to Dr. Nigro? And the answer is simple. What are we not going to attribute to Dr. Nigro while he's been at Phelps? I think the two biggest things obviously are going to be the construction of the Hook Center and the implementation of the whole community training process. It's been an overwhelming success over the years, and there's contributions that will continue to echo for decades. When I got here 20 plus years ago, the emergency department was cramped into a small space that was at best 11 beds, and it was seeing 20 patients on a regular basis at a time. The patients were almost stacked in the hallways. We wondered if we were ever going to get to the point of using bunk beds. And then through his determination and his work with the senior leadership, they built the ER that we see today, and it's all because of his vision 15 years ago.
One thing I learned from him was that in the end, Dr. Nigro always ruled with an even hand, and he only wanted winners, and seldom there were losers, even when the conflict was resolved. That really netted him a lot of good friends who kept him very dear in their hearts and their minds. I know Dr. Nigro can hang with the rich, and he can hang with the poor. I know he can hang with the educated, and I know he can hang with the uneducated. I know he can hang with the talented, and I know he can hang with the challenged. It takes quite a person to have that ability, somebody with that heart, soul, and wisdom to navigate those paths. Over the years, him and I have aged together like vintage wine, and I can't even begin to tell you, Dr. Nigro, how good the experience has been over the years.
Dr. Nigro is really the heart and soul of Phelps. Without exception, when you speak about him in any arena outside of Phelps, people's eyes light up. They speak about him with almost a reverence. He's touched the lives of so many people, both inside of Phelps and outside. And he does it in a very characteristic fashion, which is that he really likes to work in the background. He likes to make sure that people receive the help that they need, but he never seeks the credit for it. He had the foresight and the vision to imagine a much larger emergency department to best serve the community at large. He wanted to make sure that everybody in the community, when they came to the emergency department, had their own room. He also wanted to make sure that there would be a spacious area, including an area for a pediatric playground, because he knew the importance of treating the entire community, regardless of your age. There's a truism at Phelps, which is that everybody owes a favor to Dr. Nigro. And we say that absolutely lovingly, in that he's touched the lives of so many people in the building in so many different ways. I really want to thank Dr. Nigro for his continued friendship, support, and mentorship throughout the years at Phelps.
What can I say about Dr. Nigro? How do I begin? But even more so, where would I end? We worked together for 17 years in the ED. They were the best years of my clinical profession, and it was because of him that I went to law school. Coming back to the hospital, continued that professional and collaborative relationship that we had. There were multiple issues on which to confer and collaborate because, you know, it's not so sleepy in Sleepy Hollow.
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 Not so sleepy in Sleepy Hollow.